We've long heard how COVID-19 has hit communities of color especially hard, and that includes Native Americans. But help for one tribe is coming from an unlikely place far across the Atlantic. One nation is remembering a long ago act of kindness and is enthusiastically repaying the debt. In Ireland, there's a special bond with Native Americans that has stood the test of time. It all happened 173 years ago during the potato famine. 1 million mostly poor Irish men and women starved to death when a fungus destroyed the potato crop. The Choctaw tribe in Oklahoma came to their aid. The tribe understood hardship. Many had died when 60,000 people were driven off their ancestral lands in what's known as the Trail of Tears.
They decided to reach in their pockets and send that money over to the people of Ireland.
In 1847, Gary Batten's ancestors came up with $170.
Today's money probably would be a little bit more than $5,000, but they said it was more than just the giving. It was the giving of hope. It was the giving that somebody cared for you in those desperate times.
Why do you think the Choctaw were so motivated to give when here in America they were dealt an awful blow themselves?
The short answer is empathy.
In Cork, Ireland, sculptor Alex Pentek created Kindred Spirits to commemorate the treasured gift. Gary Batten, now the Choctaw chief, was invited to the unveiling in 2017 and still marvels at how the Irish people appreciate something that happened so long ago.
It's taught in their history books. Every year I receive postcards from their students over there thanking the Choctaw Nation for what they did back during the potato famine.
And what's really fascinating is that lots of people gave money. Money came from Queen Victoria, money came from Calcutta. But the real gift that the Irish remembered is the gift from the Choctaw.
Professor Patrick Kirwan has made writing about the Irish-Native American relationship his life's work. Then fast forward to coronavirus pandemic this year, when the Navajo reservation was severely impacted. There, Ethel Branch sought help.
So this whole thing was your idea.
I knew people would be hit hard for various reasons, either, living on a fixed income with not adequate funding. A third of the nation has no running water, another third has no electricity. So I went ahead and started the GoFundMe.
In Ireland, Patrick Kirwan heard about the appeal.
What moved you to donate?
I think for most Irish people, I think it's this idea of finding commonality. All of the messages have been about this idea of paying it forward, about a sense of remembrance.
And countless Irish men and women saw this as a chance to pay back for something they never forgot.
When I started the fund, I put the goal at $50,000, and I just thought, well, this is wildly optimistic. I don't think we're going to make more than $1,000. And now to be approaching $5 million is just amazing.
In a little more than 2 months, a team from the Navajo and then the Hopi Nations in Utah, Arizona, and New Mexico organized to distribute food and other essentials, and they are thanking the Irish.
So here we are, it is 2020, we're in the middle of this pandemic, and lo and behold, Ireland comes calling to the Navajo Nation.
You cannot teach things like that. I mean, that's the things that surpass time. We will stick together as human beings.
Ethel Branch's goal to get 2 weeks of groceries to some 200,000 people is still hard to achieve, but made easier thanks to an enduring friendship.
We're going to be paying this back in the future as well. Our children, our grandchildren, who knows how many generations down the line. It's really beautiful, and we definitely want to keep this going, and we're going to tell this story to our children.
Well over $5 million as we speak. It's an amazing tribute to something that happened long ago, happening right now, paying it forward.
Fantastic. Love the story, Michelle. Great job. And I love that it's more than the giving, it's the giving of hope.